You mean to tell me that this guy was just found in a street, looking more or less immaculate, in the middle of the day, and he's special forces? Well, that explains why I'm not doing this interview at the station, at least. Right, here he is.
Who are you? What the hell am I? Oh, you don't have to tie me up, we're on the same side. Hey, maybe listening to me would be a good idea.
The time is 8:21 p.m. on April the 24th, 2022. I'm interviewing Private First Class Michael Cooper on behalf of the Home Office. God save the King.
On behalf of the Home Office. You know they're the ones that sent me on that mission, right?
Your mission? Sorry, I'm not here to accuse you of anything. I'm here to simply ask you a few questions about the state that you're in.
The state I'm in. So you tied me up, dragged me down here, just to ask me how I'm doing.
And we also understand you were part of the team tasked with stopping the homegrown terror cell known as Al-Qaeda, correct?
I don't think you need to ask me. Wait. What day did you say it was again?
I think you'd be better off answering my questions.
Please, you need to tell me.
Maybe let us start with the last thing you remember before being here. We might understand
No, you don't understand. I need to know.
Cooper, focus. Please tell us the last thing you remember.
We had a tip-off.
A tip-off?
The kind of tip-off that sounds stupidly like an ambush.
So in most circumstances you wouldn't have acted on it?
No, I've been out on missions before like that, and so to act on that would have had to be reported multiple times.
But
That crazy bitch! Home Secretary. I've never known such a bloodthirsty creature.
it's good freedom of speech is still a thing, eh?
Good man died knowing we were walking into a trap.
You think she knew?
Of course she knew. She wants to show everyone hard on terrorists, especially these homegrown kinds. Can't tell you how many times I've had to knock down a door with 20 of us armed to the brim, just for us to be pointing our guns at children.
And this was a regular occurrence?
Every day we'd be getting tip-offs from some scared Londoner, and every day nothing would turn up. Can't believe it went on for as long as it did.
Let's roll it back a bit. You said you knew this one was a trap. What made it different from the, let's say, hundreds of other tip-offs that you've received?
Let's just say it was the context.
The context?
The group was initially set up after the acid attacks on those two police officers. And then this Al-Qaeda group became public enemy number one. You wouldn't have heard of them the day before. That's why we got so many tip-offs. Just people fearing for the safety of their families.
And then what changed?
After that video on YouTube surfaced of the scary Arab men talking about how they're going to come over and invade the UK, the Home Secretary started taking a more hands-on approach. Instead of telling our CEO about the tip-offs to tell us to go on them, she'd be coming us and telling us directly.
That's not a bad thing, surely. She just wants to offer the public the best security that she can. That is the job of the Home Secretary.
The head of security, someone who's never worked a single time as a doorman, let alone seen a single day of combat. She had no clue.
Anyway, what changed when she took charge?
Started taking a more heavy-handed approach. There were multiple instances where children had to be rehomed because we arrested their mothers. And that's when she started a bid for leadership.
And you think those things are related?
Of course they were! She'd be on the news all day shouting about how the PM is soft and that we need to take a harder stance on terrorism. And the public lapped it up. Whenever we had some kind of question for her, she'd just make some sarcastic comment about how she has 52% of the public backing and we don't. We're just dogs using this political game of chess.
Very poetic, Cooper. Thank you.
Get fucked. Don't you understand the full gravity of the situation?
I don't want to hear it. Instead, I'd like to hear about the trap. Why did alarm bells ring?
They just had so much information. A typical tip-off would be like, "Ooh, my Middle Eastern neighbour is acting suspicious. I think they might be a terrorist. Could you come take a look, please?" This time they had numbers of people, times. You don't really get that sort of information. And even stated they had firearms and could identify which firearms they had. You don't get a member of the public being able to do that so easily. And because for once we had actual descriptions and actual information, the Home Secretary was ready to send us out the moment the call ended.
Did you go out straight away?
No, we protested. Well, as much as we could anyway. Legally, our CEO had the final say, and he hasn't bothered much to protest before. And he thought, as long as we're safe and getting paid at the end of the day, it's all fine.
So protecting the public wasn't your priority then? Just the money?
You're joking, right? To think that you wouldn't be doing this job just for the money is beyond me. Our CEO was ousted from his position. Well, at least I think he was anyway. I just showed up one day and he wasn't there. No one was asking any questions, so I didn't know.
Why didn't you say anything?
There's this general air of unease around the office at the time. Ever since we started the mission. It felt as though there was like something happening somewhere else at the exact same time, but it was nothing obvious. It's just best not to say anything, especially with the people of others. There was a lot of nodding and doing, apart from the Home Secretary, but she was in the public eye, of course.
So how did this situation escalate? Where are we going from here, Cooper?
Well, after a few hours of flicking pens and drinking tea, she finally came back from a BPP interview that she'd been on all day. That was the day the Tories signed the vote of no confidence in the PM, ever since the evidence that he was having an affair came to light. You know how the government looks down on those sorts of things. She had that big speech about how she was the one to bring the country forward, focusing forward on British values and security.
However, your mission, which she was the head of, kept turning up empty-handed. Surely she needed results for the public to back her. Is that why you push her
She's
so
going to give us
hard?
a lesson of shit about us. But you can sure as hell guarantee that if something good did happen, she'd be claiming for it. Guys of public safety can redact all that information from everyone else in the country, including the king. God save the king.
God save the king. Continue with the recount of your day, please, Cooper.
Well, she came back and stood there, looked us up and down, and started screeching at us for to go out on this tip-off immediately. Two of the guys, I can't remember their name, protested, and they got taken away. But since our CEO wasn't there, we had to follow orders, so we suited up and left.
What was the atmosphere like?
I'm not quite sure. It just felt as though we were walking into an ambush and I was probably going to die, so instinct just kicked in.
I know this next bit will be difficult, so just explain to me what happened on the mission. When you're ready.
Well, we were right about an ambush. Happened a lot sooner than we thought, though. Silence was broken by a bullet going through Smith's brain. Then an IED in the centre of London hit the Queen Vic. Then everything slowed down. I looked down and saw blood. It wasn't mine though. I was fine. If the bullet had gone 30 centimetres to the right, then it would have been me that got hit. And then you're upside down. And I was outside taking cover with someone from altitude. There must have been a mole. They knew exactly where we were and which vehicles we were in. No one had that information. They changed the number plates daily as well. Moved inside the building. The guys we were engaging, it was difficult. They looked English and they talking English as well. And another round of them came at us. I shot maybe 2 or 3. Wasn't really following what was happening at this point. And then we saw one guy escaping from the others, ran out the back, so we pursued. But some of the others, they stay behind to collect laptops and forensics, all that sort of stuff. This guy ran out the back and so did we, and we saw this van. My heart sank. I knew I was dead then. This guy who jumped over the wall and escaped and moved up to the van, opened it, and there was an explosion. Oh God, my baby.
Well, Cooper, that was a great story. Maybe you could write a book one day, because that was the biggest load of tripe I've heard in my life.
I'm telling you the truth.
You know, I generally thought you were on the edge of something there, but now you've not only wasted...
I didn't go AWOL. I promise you, it happened exactly as I told you. It happened on midday on April 24th. How am I lying?
Because it's April the 24th today and it's about 8:30 right now. So tell me, how does that make any sense?
Nothing to gain from lying to you.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what now? Take that, please.
Please. I'm telling you the truth. Please.
Well, from
please.
the sound of things, I'm leaving you here to rot overnight while I attend to something much more important.
Boss, you got a dirty bomb. Please get her out of here.
You can't just leave me. You can't just... You crazy bitch! You can't leave me here! You can't.
We have some breaking news that a dirty bomb has been detonated in London. Sources are saying that the attack was carried out by the homegrown terror group Al Qaeda. Please stay indoors and tune to any news channels for emergency alert updates.
The Home Secretary has won the leadership vote of the Conservative Party by a record 75%. This comes just weeks after the April 2022 dirty bomb attack in London. She promises a strong, more secure future for the British public. In sporting news, Brighton and Hove Albion have won the Premier League for the first time.
After the long wait, the results are finally in. The public have voted 52% to 48% to ban Islam and its teachings from the UK. The Prime Minister has said this is just another step on the path to reclaiming Britain. God save the King.